Now it's time for Act 4. So hopefully we'll get to see the radio tower, or at least get close. I got a little campsite going on. Ah, the moon's out. We were stuck in those caves for longer than I thought. Oh, can I not go that way? See, I feel like I'm being beckoned toward the candle, so I want to go the other way. Oh, there's actually a further out candle.
I wish I could have known Donnelly in this place. We would have had so much to debate. Did he paint these stones or did I? Who left the pots in the hut by the jetty? Who formed the museum under the sea? Who fell silently to his death into the frozen waters?
Yeah, it circles
Who
back around.
erected this godforsaken aerial in the first place? Did this whole island rise to the surface of my stomach, forcing the gulls to take flight?
Oh, can I? Let's see if we can get by the other stuff. Or if he starts freaking out. Come on. There we go. Okay. Let's check out the next one. Oh, there's a bigger marking on the tower. Suppose it's just follow the candles. That'll lead us, probably circling up towards that. We'll see what we find as we are slowly driven insane. Any more markings? Not yet. I'm not sure what this is.
Fire and soil, I chose fire. It seemed the more contemporary of the options, the more sanitary. I could not bear the thought of the reassembly of such a ruin. Stitching arm to shoulder and femur to hip, charting a line of thread like traffic stilled on a motorway, making it all acceptable for tearful aunts and traumatized uncles flown in specially for the occasion. Reduce to ash, mix with water, make a phosphorescent paint for these rocks and ceiling.
I wonder if we maybe died in that car crash. Ah, car parts. Maybe.
There were chemical stains on the tarmac, the leak of air conditioning, brake fluid and petrol. He kept sniffing at his fingers as he sat by the roadside, waiting as if he couldn't quite understand or recognize their smell. He said he'd been travelling back from a sales conference in Exeter. He'd stopped for farewell drinks earlier, but had kept a careful eye on his intake. You could hear the sirens above the idling traffic.
From heaven. Sure. So he's kind of talking shit about the drunk driver. So maybe he was the recipient rather than the cause. But then he said he implied that he had a sickness. So maybe he's talking about himself in the third person?
From here, I can see my armada. 'Tis the Lord, the Lord, the Lord. 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 'Tis the L I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
What do we have here? On a sudden, a light from heaven shone around him, and he fell to the ground. Can I continue this way? Oh no. Don't make me turn back. Oh, there we go. Those stairs will do quite nicely. Some you can see in that garage. Now back to the task at hand. That task. Right there. Let's see if we can walk along here. Nope. It's so close yet so far. No new markings yet. Oh, is that a... There's a few big ones on this. Some crisscrossies right there. Maybe something written if we can get high enough to see it.
The pain in my leg sent me blind for a few minutes as I struggled up the cliff path. I swallowed another handful of painkillers, and now I feel almost lucid. The island around me has retreated to a hazed distance, whilst the moon appears to have descended into my palm to guide me. I can see a thick black line of infection reaching for my heart from the waistband of my trousers. Through the fugue, it's all the world like the path I have cut from the lowlands towards the aerial.
So he must have injured himself on the island. Is that a person? Can I get up there? Oh, it's one-way path. I may not be able to look at that. Ah. I might be able to get around over here, hopefully. Got some more writing coming up, though. Oh, rock.
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side.
A line through the sky. Or is that a...
I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation.
He was proceeding on his
When
journey.
we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
I think it did. Because I don't see anything over there. So whatever it was, it disappeared, I think. Proceeding on his journey. What do we have here? To come need ending? And was come near ending? I think this might be the same thing. And he was
if
there.
If only Donnelly had experienced this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis,
and
retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
nor drink. Ah, so maybe... I can't make sense of that. At first I was thinking about, like, is it referencing the drunk driving thing, and then the other guy didn't eat, or... No, but it wouldn't make sense for him to eat either. Just drink. No more fog around it. Ooh. Building.
There are headlights reflected in these retinas. Too long in the tunnels of my island without a bottom. The sea creatures have risen to the surface.
Oh,
But
the
the
moon's
gulls
higher.
are not here to carry them back to
The
their
moon was on
nests.
the horizon earlier.
I've become fixed, open and staring, an eye turned on itself. I've become an infected leg whose
An
tracking
old
lines
World
form
War
a
II
perfect
gun
map of the
emplacement?
junctions of the M5. I will take the exit at mid-thigh and plummet to my Esther.
Or that. And it came to pass that as he made a journey, can't read the rest. That's just a... Oh, that's something big. That's the crisscrossy from earlier, I think. We're getting close now. Got the employees only fence. Cliff ahead, keep away from the rail. Well, I'm an authorized employee, so journey, and was some... I don't want to fall down. Hold onto this railing here. It's very dangerous. Noon? From heave something the roundabout? Me and not see
I have
the
dredged
glory.
these waters for the bones of the hermit, for the traces of Donnelly, for any sign of Jakobsen's flock, for the empty bottle that would incriminate him. I have scoured this stretch of motorway 21 times, attempting to recreate his trajectory, the point when his heart stopped dead and all he saw was the moon over the Sanford Junction. He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all, and it was not his fault. It was the converging lines that doomed him. This is not a recorded natural condition. The gulls do not fly so low over the motorway and cause him to swerve. The paint scored away from his car in lines like an infection, making directly for the heart.
So it wasn't a... It appeared like a drunk driver, but a guy just had a heart attack, and Esther might be like this dude's girlfriend or something. And it's haunting him, so he's ran away to this island. Or something like that, maybe? Perhaps...
We will leave twin vapor trails in the air, white lines etched into these rocks.
the mystery will be solved at the tower.
Dear Esther, I have burned the cliffs of Damascus. I have drunk deep of it. My heart is my leg, and a black line etched on the paper all along this boat without a bottom. You are all the world like a nest to me. Eggs unbroken form like fossils, come together, send small black flowers to the air. From this infection, hope. From this island, flight. From this grief, love.
So what's at the top? Some A message in the water? No. Damascus. There's that big symbol we saw earlier. So either he's jumping off in slow motion, but do we hit the ground? No, because we're a bird. Esther. It's whispering Esther. So it's not totally solved, but maybe it'll reveal something that'll kind of let us know what's up. From heaven shown. It doesn't. Yes, it's clearly a bird with that shadow. There's the boats, the letters he wrote. And anything out here? Or just the end?